How does one explain the intricate details of an erotic painting to their grandmother? Explaining the intricate details of an erotic painting to your grandmother might seem like a daunting task. You might worry about offending her or making her uncomfortable. However, it's possible to discuss these types of paintings with respect and sensitivity, while also appreciating their artistic value. Here are some tips on how to do it. Start with the basics. When explaining an erotic painting to your grandmother, it's important to start with the basics. Describe the painting's composition, color palette, and style, just as you would with any other piece of artwork. You might say something like, "This painting is a portrait of a woman. It's painted in a realistic style, and the artist used a lot of warm colors like red and gold." Use neutral language. When describing the erotic elements of the painting, it's important to use neutral language that doesn't sound vulgar or crude. Instead of using slang terms or graphic descriptions, use terms that are appropriate for all ages. For example, instead of saying, "Her breasts are exposed," you might say, "Her chest is bare." Provide historical context. Providing historical context can be helpful when discussing an erotic painting with your grandmother. Many erotic paintings were created during a specific time period or in a specific cultural context, and understanding this can provide insight into the painting's meaning. You might say something like, "This painting was created during the Renaissance, a time when artists often depicted nudity and sensuality in their work." Discuss the artist's intentions. When discussing an erotic painting, it's important to consider the artist's intentions. Why did they choose to depict nudity or sensuality in their work? What message were they trying to convey? By exploring these questions, you can help your grandmother appreciate the painting's artistic value. You might say something like, "The artist wanted to celebrate the beauty of the human form, and to show the connection between physical and spiritual love." Focus on the artistic elements. Finally, it's important to focus on the artistic elements of the painting, rather than just the erotic elements. Discuss the use of color, line, texture, and composition, and how these elements contribute to the painting's overall effect. This can help your grandmother appreciate the painting as a work of art, rather than just as an erotic image. You might say something like, "The way the artist used warm colors like red and gold creates a sensual atmosphere, and the soft lines and curves of the woman's body are very graceful." In conclusion, explaining the intricate details of an erotic painting to your grandmother doesn't have to be uncomfortable or awkward. By starting with the basics, using neutral language, providing historical context, discussing the artist's intentions, and focusing on the artistic elements, you can help your grandmother appreciate the painting's beauty and significance. Remember to approach the conversation with respect and sensitivity, and to always keep your grandmother's comfort level in mind.